I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. Love, I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now, singing I'm choosing love today. Joy, I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of joy right now, singing I'm choosing joy today. Heaven, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. Grand Rising, how are y'all doing? Yes. Y'all ready to have a wonderful morning? All right, here we go. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Singing and dancing with my mind stayed on spirit. Singing and dancing with my mind stayed on spirit. Singing and dancing with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on spirit. Can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on spirit. Can't hate my neighbor with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one.
Yes. Woo-woo. Good morning, Ahava. Yes. Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and we gather every Sunday knowing that love is
always the answer.
You got it. I am Reverend Rainbow, she, her. So grateful to serve as your spiritual director and welcome you here on this beautiful Sunday. Want to take a moment to give some love to our incredible musicians, yes? Our pianist, Belle, give her some love. Today's featured vocalist is Miss Tina. Yes, yes. We are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, know that you are absolutely welcome here. If you're joining us online, thanks for being a part of our global virtual community. Make sure to say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from today and hit that like, share, subscribe button, all of those things. And if you're in the room, we invite you as well to take out your phones, just turn down that volume first or silence them as you check in on social media, take some pictures, videos during service. Remind folks where the love is today. Yes? Yeah. Yes. And we are especially welcoming our first-time guest, knowing that your presence here makes a difference. So I had a chance to meet a few of you just now. If you're here for the first time, we'd love to give you some special love. All you have to do is raise your hand or stand. So first-timers, welcome, yay! So we have Alois and Ron, who are both members of our core council, basically our board of directors. There will be giving you a card that you can fill out, and that will get you on our mailing list if you're not already. And we also have some magazines, Science of Mind magazines, to learn more about who we are. So I think they're coming back for you. One more folk there, yes. Excellent. So thank you for joining us. And you're here on the perfect Sunday because it is Potluck Sunday. Yes, please stick around and join us. We'd love to get to know you more. And we are so grateful for the many hearts and hands who come together to create this community, not just our Sunday morning experience, but everything during the week and beyond. So we want to take a moment now just to give some love to all of our volunteers and especially give a shout out to our media team today. We have Jean and David and Amy. Give them some love back there. We have Heather with our youth today. Give her some love. And of course, all of you who serve in various ways, those from greeting to set up, tear down on the core council, our practitioners, everyone. So give yourself some more love. Volunteering is a wonderful way to get plugged in and connected, to meet new people. So if you would like to find out about opportunities for you to serve this beloved community, please let myself or one of our core council members know, and we will get you connected. I did just want to take this opportunity to announce that Heather will be stepping down from her position leading and coordinating the youth at the end of August. So she's still going to be with us. She still will be volunteering some. We'll still hear her about once a month on Sundays with her beautiful voice. But her time with that is ending. And so we have a fabulous team of volunteer teachers on rotation. We could always use more volunteer support. So that is an area of need. And we are looking to hire someone to do childcare every Sunday. So a consistent person who can be here. So like a young adult, maybe someone who's studying education would be a good fit, or an older teen who has some babysitting experience, and they will be supporting our lead volunteer teacher every week. So we're looking for someone who has that consistent, pretty much availability on Sundays. It is a stipend paid position. If you know someone in your life, think about that. Let us know, and we're hoping for that person to be able to start in September. So just keep that in mind. And over this next month, make sure to give Heather some extra love and appreciation for how she has anchored our youth program. She came in during COVID when Amina, our former youth coordinator, was pregnant and not able to continue her service. And she was like, okay, I'll do it for a little bit just to just to kind of keep things going. And so a few years later, she's finally like, I'm done. So make sure to give her some love as well. Now, where was I? Here we go. All right. Thank you for being a reflection of me. This is our time to reflect on our oneness. So I invite you to place your hands over your heart, to turn to someone, and to say thank you for being a reflection of me. Thank you. You're like, no one's there. And we have an amazing vision and purpose here, so I invite you to repeat after me. We are an inclusive community.
We are an inclusive community.
Committed to global transformation. Through personal evolution. And our purpose, let's do this one together. Ready? Wake up, step up, and make a difference. That's right. Today's affirmation I will read and then invite you to affirm along with me. I am a living presence of peace, radiating calm into the world. Let's do it. I am a living presence of peace, radiating calm into the world. Yes, so let's just take a moment to feel that peace radiating. As we now invite in that heartbeat of Mother Earth, calling in our ancestors and guides to be with us now. In the warm embrace of this sacred land, our hearts overflow with deep love and gratitude to this land's ancestral guardians, the Yochi, Osage, Cherokee, Shawnee, Hopewell, and Adena nations. By acknowledging these stories, we celebrate the strength, adaptability, and unique contributions of each community to the vibrant mosaic of our shared heritage. We humbly acknowledge the historical wounds and traumas that have touched and continue to touch the lives of Indigenous communities. In this present moment, our commitment springs from a well of love, respect, and the unwavering recognition of the inherent sovereignty of Indigenous peoples. We pledge to be attentive listeners, amplifiers of Indigenous voices, and perpetual learners about the rich diversity of Indigenous cultures, histories, and contemporary challenges. So I invite you to take another deep breath. As we move into our centering song, and then our opening blessing this morning, which will be led by our practitioner, Kim D'Amato.
I am remembering who I am. 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 I am remembering who I am.
Breathing into that remembering, that knowing, that spirit that I call God, breathing into all of that, this infinite flow of the one. I know it as peace. I know it as the infinite flow of order itself, of life. I know it as love. I know it as clarity and freedom and power. And as this is the truth of the one, this is the truth as me, this is the truth as each and every beloved soul here, each and every person that is part of our Ahava community, this is the truth as each person in our beloved city of Lexington and beyond. And I feel that spirit, that energy pouring through from person to person and heart to heart and out through this space and beyond, out into the world as we create a world that works for everyone. So I bless our time together. I bless each and every person here this morning. I bless each and every beloved that is part of this celebration today. I bless the words to be spoken and the words to be heard, the songs, the dances, everything to come as we go gently into our morning. And so I simply let it be by saying, and so it is. Amen.
So it is.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ahava. This is from chapter 11, a call to make peace from the eye of the storm. You bring the attributes of wholeness to the experience of the storm. The purpose of your center is not to make the storm go away. The purpose of taking your life into your center is to get what you need in order to become fully present in the storm. Being fully present in the midst of the storm enables you to be the connecting link between God and the circumstances that support the storm. As you relate from the intention to create communion, you close the distance between you and your partner. You bridge the gap of separation and discover your oneness. As you bring principle into how you are relating to the situation, you access the field of infinite possibilities to create an explosion of opportunity. From purpose, you become the avenue. That's why I was out last week, y'all. From purpose, you become the avenue through which God blesses the situation. Jesus said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Matthew 5:9, King James Version. I've always believed that peacemaking is a path to God. I have felt for myself and others a deep longing for reconciliation, not just in terms of healing relationships or the resolution of conflicts, but in terms of my own sense of being. In a world that is so divided by issues of race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, and human rights, how is it possible that we do not feel both a part of the problem and part of the solution? Reconciliation is somehow coming to terms with our fears and insecurities in the awareness that we are so much more. For me, peacemaking is a process of transcendence wherein we discover our innate wholeness and worth. Thank you.
In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. the songs of all my great-grandmothers, and the dreams of all my great-grandfathers, and the way to rise beyond the pain. Oh, live, oh, live, oh, live in me. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. And the smiles of all the unborn children, and the dreams of a better day to come, and the dance of heaven with the earth. Oh, live, oh, live, oh, live in me. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. Been robbed and disgraced, abused and displaced. Been robbed and disgraced, abused and displaced. Been lied to. The lies can be seen in the land. You can't fall from grace in the land. There's more than enough in the land. You cannot be hurt in the land. You're always at home, always at home, always at home. And the songs of all my great-grandmothers, and the dreams of all my great-grandfathers, and the way to rise beyond the pain. Oh, live, oh, live, oh, live in me, in me. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am. In the land of I am more than I have, and I am more than I will be. I am all that I am.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tina. We've missed you. You know, she got a new job and works some on Sundays, so we have to, work a little harder to figure out the schedule to get her here. But we love it when she's here. And if y'all are not familiar with the music of Ricky Byers' Beckwith, look her up. You can find her online, YouTube, all the places. One of my favorites. So before we get into the message here, I just want to take a minute to acknowledge that something very special occurred yesterday in this building. So yesterday, first of all, was the actual day of our first Sunday gathering 16 years ago. So I'll have a 16th anniversary. We will be celebrating in a couple of weeks on a Sunday. But also yesterday was the first time that I got to facilitate a wedding at Ahava with a couple from Ahava. So let's give some love. They're not here today, understandably. But she said, we'll probably watching online. Maybe they're still sleeping in. That would be good, too. But let's give some love and congrats to Heather and Brian. Yes. And Heather Russell has been serving on our core council for the past 3 years and has been a member here for about 7 years, I believe. She was here before I got here, and I've been here 6 years. So super, super happy for them both. So if you feel a little bit of extra love vibes in this space, it's because we infused it into the air yesterday. All right. So, finding peace in chaotic times. We are wrapping up this series this month, and it's been a deep and rich month together, has it not? And it's certainly an important message to explore during this time. So we land in this place of I am as the goal when we find ourselves in a world of chaos. We can return to the eye of the storm, the center, that not escape the storm, but to discover that who we truly are is that peace. We are the I am. We are the peace. So I want to honor the journey we've taken so far, and if any of you have missed, check YouTube or Facebook. So week 1, Reverend Jenna kicked us off with the discussion illuminating this idea that no one is against you. That in itself is a message, right? And the importance of taking responsibility for our lives. And then in week 2, we talked about this idea of the myth of control. Did that stir some stuff up, y'all? How many of you like to be in control? So we looked at this illusion of control and this idea that if we could just get everyone to do and behave and act right, then everything will line up just so we'll feel safe and everything will be okay, right? Well, life seems to have another message for us. So we uncovered how, in fact, this desire for control is often just to cover up our own fear. And we remember the deeper truth that peace doesn't come from trying to control the circumstances of our life. Peace arises when we surrender to the deep awareness of love and life and the flow of God, universe, moving in and as and through us. So when we release that white-knuckled grip and remember that we are always held by something greater, we can begin to let go of the control and to trust that the presence of love, of life is always moving in, as, and through us, even when we don't understand or can't see how, in fact, this could be for us. If we lean into the idea and get curious, we can begin to shift our perspective and see new possibilities, new solutions. But if we're going at it as this is right and this is wrong, and I have to fix something, then we are often still stuck in the swirling energy of the storm instead of residing in that peace of I am. This past week, I had the opportunity to go to the Justice Ministry Conference with the organization BUILD that we are part of here. And it was actually hosted by the larger organization called DART. So BUILD is our Lexington group, but there are groups all over kind of the Midwest and Southeast that do this work. So I rode with a friend from Christ Church Cathedral, and it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. So the path to get there is mostly on I-40. You go through Asheville, the mountains. If anyone has been through that way recently, you'll know the effects of the hurricane have washed out so much of that road. So they're still working on it. There's many times you go down to one lane. On our way there, the 6-ish hour trip was about 9 hours door to door. And a semi had kind of gone off, and there's only the one lane, so we all sat for quite a while. And I don't know about you, but in those moments, it is often hard for me to just sit in the opportunity of the calm. I want to control the traffic. I want to know what is going on, because of course we don't know what's going on until about 2 hours later when you actually pass it and see what's been cleared. And sometimes you never see or never know, and you just have, but how many of you really want to know, like, what's going on? I keep pulling up my map and looking to see how long the red is and how long it says we're going to be sitting, and then our ETA kept jumping from like an hour later to 2 hours later, then back a little bit, and I'm just like, I am a person that would much rather find an alternate route just to keep moving than to have to sit in that. But I was thinking about that this morning, oddly enough, and I was like, isn't that a metaphor for at least my life? I would much rather just keep moving than sit in the discomfort of the unknown. And yet, my friend who was driving, as we were coming back, kind of knew to expect a little bit of the same. It kept trying to reroute us, and she was like, I'm just going to, no, I don't know where that's we're just going to sit, we're just going to sit, we're just going to keep kind of going on the path. And I was like, wow. Sometimes, in order to avoid the discomfort of the unknown, I can just move. I just need to keep moving, right? And perhaps there is an opportunity, a gift, in just surrendering to the moment and taking the opportunity to be peace, to be calm. I wasn't driving. I could even just close my eyes and breathe, or we weren't moving fast, so I had the opportunity to do some things on my phone. But I just invite that for you to reflect on. Is that sometimes your go-to strategy? Instead of sitting with whatever is occurring, do you just want to go over here or do that and do this? And maybe there's an opportunity in that for you as well. And last week we looked at sacred practices for peace. We talked about the importance of being anchored, not reactive, and the principles of presence, breath, stillness, as well as compassionate boundaries. Choosing to extend our energy instead of withdrawing or attacking, but to allow the love that we are to extend and radiate from us from that place of breath and stillness. Instead of reacting, taking responsibility by being able to respond through that sacred pause. And then, if that's a challenge, sometimes the universe creates the opportunity for a sacred pause, like traffic. And we affirm that peace is not just something we feel, but it is something we practice and we become. So we're going to wrap up this concept today by talking even more about how to be peace in our relationships. The book we're using this month is called The Eye of the Storm by Gary Simmons. And he writes, "The purpose of your center is not to make the storm go away. The purpose of taking life into your center is to get what you need in order to become fully present to the storm." So again, turning within instead of looking out there for things to change or for what we can do to shift. We are not here to avoid the storm. We're here to live from the eye of the storm. That centered presence that bridges the gap between God, spirit life, and the circumstances we find ourselves in. We get to be that connecting link between heaven and earth. And when I say heaven, I'm not talking about a place in the sky out there that we only experience after we die. Being the connecting link between heaven and earth means allowing the divinity of our essence to be experienced right here, right now, in human form on earth. So think of it as like you are the tuning fork. And you can tune into that resonance and that vibration of peace and wholeness of the divine right here, right now. You are the presence that can bless a situation just by being present in it. Think about that. You may often hear me say, like, imagine yourself being the energy and love that kind of goes before you when you walk into any space so that you can be the highest vibration in the room in order to shift the energy. Instead of kind of moving into a space and being tumbled by whatever else is going on. Because I don't know about you, but I certainly do not want to live in a place where I'm being tumbled around in the storm and the chaos of the latest news or drama that is occurring, right? And this we can look at in a very practical way in our individual relationships as well. So I want you to take a moment and think about your own life. Perhaps there's a place that feels like you are living in a little bit of conflict or chaos or a little mini storm going on in some personal relationship. Perhaps you're in a tense conversation, maybe with a partner or a coworker or a family member. And then voices start to rise, your heart begins to race, and your ego mind really wants to be right, to defend or lash out. Anyone relate? Yeah. There are a number of Baptist churches at this conference that I was at. So you may hear me saying a little bit, can I get an amen? Because it was all about the amen. Amen. All right. So this is the circumference, that pause, that moment, the center, and the swirl of the storm around you. But listen to this idea that Gary presents in this book. The tension between you and your enemy, and he's referring to the story of Jesus biblically, the idea of our enemy. So anyone that we may feel kind of against in the moment, not some big dramatic enemy, right? So the tension between you and your enemy is the circumference, the storm. The instruction is how do you move to your center where you can be present to the enemy without feeling diminished. So basically it comes back to knowing and standing in our inherent power, worth, and value, yes? Whatever's happening, how can we stand in our power? And that is so much of what they talked about this week is in order to create these systemic changes of the work of justice, we must know our power. And our power doesn't reside out there. And our power comes from the divine presence within. And when we come together with more people, we can really create a powerful impact and speak truth to power as we see it, as those, officials and people who create the laws and make the rules of our society. So he offers this practice, this 4-step practice that I want to offer as the practice for us this week. Love, bless, do good, pray. Those of you who are reading the book and the book study, this may be familiar. So love, accept and value the person before you, or the institution, or the political leader, whatever you feel in conflict with, whatever that relationship may be. Accept and value the person before you, even when you disagree. So we can disagree on things, very fundamental rights that we may have very passionate ideas about, and we can still understand that the person that we are in conflict with is a beloved, is an expression of the divine. And how can we learn to value and honor that person in that conversation? That is really the first step. And that is what love calls us to do, right? And again, not to be complacent, not to bow down to power and, not to say, you're right, I'm going to cow down just to keep the peace, right? That's a different concept of peace, like people-pleasing kind of peace. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the idea of standing strong in our values and who we are and our power, and knowing that there is this presence of love that is the truth of who I am and is the truth of who you are and is the truth of all. So how can we start with that construct of love? As we say every Sunday, love is always the answer. The second step, bless. Endow the situation with the capacity for good. Speak peace into it. So to bless the situation, I would say, in my words, is kind of like being willing to see that it is an opportunity for growth or change, and to be willing to be open for a new possibility or a shift in perspective, right? So we're going to bless the situation, even though it may feel hard or tense, from the place of, okay, there's a gift here, there's an opportunity here. So love, blessed. Third one, do good. Choose the next right, kind, honest action. Take the next step. Choose the words kindly from your heart. Honest action. Candid, right? It still doesn't mean we have to mince words to, oh, well, maybe, like take action from that place of centered peace and power. There's a difference between like kindness and niceness, right? So often we're culturized is the word that came to mind. I was like, I don't think that's a real word, but you know what I mean. I know there's a word for it. And I can speak for myself as a woman growing up in the South. We are often conditioned, that's probably the better word, to be nice, to smile, to be pleasant, to not stir things up or speak out to things. We just don't talk about that, or just, And if or when we do, we as women are often labeled as something that is not very kind. I'll leave it as that. So, I definitely unconsciously grew up with this conditioning and was always nice, right? And my name's Rainbow. I would be the sunshine, the light, the niceness. And it was very important to me, even though I didn't really realize it at the time, to be liked. And then I grow along my path, and I find myself in various leadership positions. And then all of a sudden, I'm really confronted by how to be an effective leader and still value being nice and liked by everyone. Doesn't really work out. And I can choose kindness, to speak truth to power with love. May not always look nice, and it is what we are called to do. It's been a journey, y'all. I'm still unpacking some of that conditioning on what that looks like. And sometimes it can be messy. Anyone who's kind of working towards shifting a belief or one of these ways that we've been conditioned, sometimes we can kind of go from one end to the other, and then we kind of find our way, right? So doing good is the third step. Choose the next right kind, honest action. And hear the word action. Do, right? It actually means more than just in our own hearts and minds or journals. It is taking what we value into practice through our actions and deeds. And lastly, pray. Invite Spirit to guide you and to remind you who you are. So as we move through this world in this time and in our personal relationships and everything that is occurring, imagine what could shift if you brought that into your next difficult conversation. Set the intention first to let love lead the way. I would honestly kind of reverse this and start with prayer or affirmative prayer, spiritual mind treatment, to call forth that inner guidance, to let love lead the way before I even enter into or respond to any sort of situation like that. And then choose with intention to bless it, to ask, how is this for me? What is the opportunity? What is a new possibility? And then take that action. Make the phone call, say the thing, whatever it may be. This is not spiritual bypassing, this is spiritual power. It is being the eye of the storm, living in that land of I am. Simmons also says the person or situation is a mirror not connected to your wholeness or worth. If you're not connected, you could not be intimidated. If you were connected, you could not be intimidated or threatened. So life is a mirror reflecting back to us our truth, but also reflecting back to us those spaces and places for us to grow and to practice and to lean into our wholeness and worth even more. When someone triggers us, it's not a sign to blame or judge. It's a reminder to return to our inner wholeness and to ask, what inner resources am I being called to strengthen right now? How am I being invited to know God as the source and love and compassion of my life even more in this situation? What are the inner resources that we are being called to strengthen in any situation of conflict? Perhaps it's self-trust, compassion, courage. And remember, in that moment, you are called to be peace. Not to be a peacekeeper or a peace talker, but to be a peacemaker. It's an active practice. It takes courage, and it is divine work. So remember, the world needs your energy, your love, your peace. Not your perfection, not your politeness or niceness, not your performance, your peace. The embodied, grounded presence that knows even when life swirls, when relationships get messy, when injustices scream, you can stand in the I am in the land of I am. I am the center, I am peace. This is our spiritual responsibility and our spiritual opportunity. So I want to close once again by affirming our affirmation today. One final time, I will invite you to repeat after me. I am a living presence of peace. Radiating calm into the world. And may it be so through your breath, through your choices, through your intention, through your conversations, through your actions, and through your life. Yes? Let's take it into prayer. Taking that deep breath now, so grateful to feel the love that we are. So grateful to recognize the one life, the one presence as the divine activity of all. So grateful to know that peace is the very essence and nature of the universe. That power is the strength and the courage leading us to live in integrity, knowing that this one life is moving and expressing in, as, and through all life as love, as peace, as power, I speak this word now from this place of oneness, knowing that each and every person hearing the sound of my voice right here, right now, is a divine expression of the one. And that we are each made aware of who we are to be and what we are becoming and what is ours to do in each and every moment. When faced with a conflict or chaos, what does it look like to turn within as an opportunity to grow in our strength, in our power, and to be the peacemaker? So I affirm right here, right now, that we are doing this work. We are creating a resonant field of peace and love that extends way beyond our own being and hearts, way beyond this community and room, way beyond the city of Lexington, the state of Kentucky, the United States of America, and wraps all the way around the world as this field and vibration of wholeness and love, as all beings know they are worthy, and as all beings honor and respect the worth of others. This is what I know to be true, and this is what I call forth right here, right now, by the power of my word, knowing that love and justice reigns. I'm so grateful for the fulfillment of this word as I release it now into the action of the law that always says, yes, my beloved, it is done, and it is so. And together we say, and so it is. Yes.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am.
Yes, take a stand, y'all.
Letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
Yes. So take a moment right where you are. Just close your eyes. Take that deep breath. As we move into our moment of embodiment, just to take a moment now and to scan from the top of your head down your body to notice what you are feeling now. Perhaps the energy radiating from your heart, that of love and peace. Yes. And then we're going to begin to move our bodies a little bit. This is a song by Amy Steinberg, and I want you to listen to the lyrics and allow your body to move and integrate the message in any way you want. I'll tell you afterwards. Move your body, shake it out, move that energy. Remember that you are star shine.
The moon is moving
ahead and fade it out. So that is the amazing Amy Steinberg, who will be here in a couple weeks, live singing and presenting our message, and our special guest for our anniversary celebration. And that song is Memory of Starshine, and talks exactly about what we've been talking about, in the eye of the storm. And you can find her music online. You were asking on Spotify and whatnot, and we have some of her CDs. But when she's here in a couple weeks, she'll be bringing all that too, so you can pick up some more of her stuff. We're going to move into our moment of connection and integration, where I invite you to find someone in the room and to share something that has inspired you or moved you, or something that you want to say yes to, a practice that you're going to take home this week to fully integrate and embody the message. So go ahead and find someone and take a minute or two for each person to share and connect. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Miss seeing that little girl.
I know. She's at the house terrorizing her dad.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I need a break sometimes. She terrorized you, though.
You know what I loved when you were here last with him and your daughter, how wonderful he is with you. I mean, amazing. He is such a sweet man. So like I said, just seeing you brightens my day. I want you to know that.
And I still have the courage, that heart that you gave me. I still have that. It's in a nice, safe spot.
Switch if you haven't switched. Make sure each person gets a chance to share.
I love this energy. It feels so good. I need to be doing this more often.
Maybe in 2 weeks when Amy Steinberg.
Yes. I should have. I don't think I'm working that Sunday. I'll have to check. But hopefully, they get me off, because, yeah. I work at Baptist Health now. So I used to work at a private practice where I was like Monday, through Friday. Now it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week you might have Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's all over the place.
Are you right there at Central Baptist on Ellisville?
Go ahead and wrap up your sharing, or say to be continued over lunch or coffee.
Find it.
And then thank your partner.
When I work on campus, we just like you got the state parlance on. I read them on one, and then the neighborhood.
All right, so let's bring our attention back to here. And it is the last Sunday of the month, which means it is Giving Sunday, where we have an opportunity to give back to an organization who is doing good works in our community. So I'm going to invite Alois, our treasurer, to come up and to share a little bit about what organization we are donating to this month. So please welcome our treasurer, Alois.
Good morning. This month we're donating to Greenhouse 17. It is, I agree with you, Patty. They've got a 40-acre facility. They take in domestic violence individuals so that they can heal and they can counsel them. There's a 24-hour hotline, and they're open 7 days a week. So, and as you all know, domestic violence just doesn't happen, Monday through Friday. It doesn't happen that way. They're very committed to, from the farm, it's a nature-based healing, and they do nutrition from farm to field, or field to table, and all kinds of domestic violence and abusive partners. They also, and I have all of this here, but they have support groups so that they can connect people and get them so that they can start connecting with themselves. There's a safety plan. Their safety plan is to make sure these individuals are not, how do I want to put it, feeling like they're threatened, but that they feel comfort within and they can get in touch with themselves. And the effects that can also have on kids too, because they also help in that regards. There's so much more to them. I would highly, highly recommend that you Google and look up Greenhouse 17. Their mission statement is awesome, and so much more there than I can begin to tell you. So that's where we're at this month. And if anybody has more questions for me, please come and see me afterwards. Thanks.
Thank you, Alois. Yes. And what we've been finding as we're reaching out to organizations, and is the case for this one, is nonprofits these days are extremely understaffed and underfunded. And so we love to invite someone to come in and share with us, and that has been really difficult this year because they're like, we can't find the people, So just letting you know that is our intention, and that shows even more why we need to reach out and support. And I'm grateful for Alois sharing about that today. So we're going to move into our time of conscious giving, and know that as you give today, it also contributes towards that gift towards Greenhouse 17. You can give online or text as well, and we'll pass a basket in the room. There's that information. So let us now affirm together. Divine love as me.
Divine love as me.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
Blesses and multiplies all that I have.
All that I give.
All that I give.
And all that I receive.
And all that I receive.
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava,
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava,
knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
So it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful.
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 I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. Grateful.
Yes. And a few announcements. Our book study wraps up today. You can join Jenna in the classroom there after the potluck, so it's going to get started a little bit later. And even if you haven't been in the discussion before, but you are inspired by today's message and want to come and talk about it and dive into this conversation even more, you can join today. And save that date. Coming up in 2 weeks, our 16th anniversary celebration, bringing in the amazing Amy Steinberg. You heard her music a little bit. If you don't know her, she is a singer, she is a songwriter, she is a storyteller, she is an artist, a painter, a seamstress, fabric artist, and she recently created a spiritual one-woman show, and it's full of music and stories, and we might get a little taste of that as well. So, and we'll hear more next week about what to expect, but there will be food, there will be cake, there will be opportunities to celebrate together. So, save the date, be here August 10th. And Saturday, September 20th is our first holistic fair. We are currently open for vendors to sign up to offer their services, to share about their businesses or sell their goods that are related to mind, body, and spirit. We are looking forward to a very successful, fun day, and I know that there are many people in our own community that have gifts to share in this world, and so it will be really fun to get to support each other and to see some of the things that you might not know about your fellow Ahavians. And their secret talents and gifts. So if you know someone that might be interested or a business, we're also looking for sponsors, local businesses that do kind of holistic work or metaphysical, mystical, all things to sponsor, and it gives them an opportunity to share about their business in a larger way as we begin to market this fair. And it's a good opportunity for you to invite a friend into the space who might not be as interested as the Sunday morning experience, but is interested in mind, body, and spirit, wellness, wholeness, all of that. I believe that's it. Yep, we have a number of ongoing events. Make sure you check those out. They are on our website, in our e-news, on our social media. Get connected, stay plugged in. Our practitioners are available to support you with one-on-one prayer in our lovely prayer corner there. And today, Kim D'Amato will be there to support you. You can also drop a prayer request in the prayer box or online on our website. There's a form to make a confidential prayer request, and one of our practitioners will reach out to you with prayer in the way that you request it. So let us now wrap up so we can go and eat. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I share it.
And I share it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
And just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit